people? This is your girl, Blue Nola. I'm in the building, the doggone building, to talk about Simon Guobadia today, his legal situation, his immigration issues, and of course, beautiful Porsha Williams Guobadia, right? So this kind of took shape maybe about 2 days ago. The Neighborhood Talk posted it first. That's why I saw it first. And not that we didn't talk about this, right? I even remember when I had done a reading on Simon some years ago, when he and Porsha first met. I'm like, he's not who he says he is. The money he's claiming he has, he doesn't have. I'm going to link that and timestamp it in the actual chat. But anyway, so it shows in the beginning of it, just the caption of it, it says, court documents show Simon Guobadia is fighting for U.S. citizenship, but his crime-riddled past keeps getting him denied. Bank fraud, credit card fraud, identity fraud, fake marriages, and multiple felonies. What? I'm like, girl, I said this as soon as I saw it. Who in the hell did you marry, right? Who did you marry, Porsha? Over there living a luxurious lifestyle, having 2 and 3 weddings, shit, even Simon's starting to look a little bit better. Simon went from looking like a pawpaw to, 8.5 zaddy, you know what I'm saying? So we like, okay, so should Porsha get this man together? So let's go ahead and get into it. It says court documents listed Simon's background as the reason for his citizenship denial. In August of 1982, he overstayed his visa. In September of 1987, he pled guilty to bank and credit card fraud, a felony offense. In January of 1989, he was arrested for unauthorized use of a vehicle. And in 1990, he was arrested for ID fraud. Sound like somebody we know. Oh, damn. Bishop Scammery. Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead. His trial is coming up in a few days. This sounds similar. Shoot. Okay, let's keep going. But we talking about Simon. We ain't talking about Bishop Scammery today. All right? Bishop Thievery, which is Bishop Whitehead. We're not talking about him today. We're talking about Simon Guobadia. But the record sounds similar, child. I'm getting confused over here. So anyway, it says, but he didn't stop there. He would go on in 1991 to commit more credit card and ID fraud. He just couldn't stop. He had to be physically removed from the United States. However, before his removal, he used a fake identity to receive temporary resident status in the U.S. under a special agricultural worker program, which is SAW. For all my beautiful people that's from different countries, how y'all doing? As a part of the program, his temporary resident status was upgraded to permanent after waiting a period. In December of 2022, Simon attempted to use that SAW. Now, this is a multi-millionaire, right? Allegedly. He's using the SAW program benefits as a reason why he should be eligible for naturalization. But the U.S. said, hell to the MF no, right? Because you only got into that program by using fraudulent information. On March 13, 2023, Simon filed for an instant complaint. He had the nerve. This man did all of this. This is how cheeky black people are. And I include all of us in that. I don't care what country you come from. You doing all of this, but you have the nerve to go with your cheeky little self, right? And go file a complaint and ask the court to vacate the denial and remand the instructions to grant the application. Child, you done all this. What was the beginning? Let's read that again. Bank fraud, credit card fraud, identity fraud, fake marriages, and multiple felonies. But you so cheeky with it, you think you won't go file complaints. So this is probably why it really got out. Because somebody said, oh yeah, okay, we got you. Since you want to be bossing up, right? You Mr. Lover man, Shabba, right? Mr. Scammer, we gonna make sure people know who you really are, right? I'm just saying. Because it's mighty ironic that this information came out. You want to file a complaint. So since you want to file complaints, we're going to let some information seep on out there for you. Help you out with your image that you have created all these years, right? So let's get into y'all's questions. Simon Guobadia, you're the biggest fool that ever lived. And Porsha, you are the biggest fool to ever live right behind Simon Guobadia. So the question that people had, it was like a question that people had. Like I felt like if somebody asked it Different people asked it multiple times. Like, is Porsha aware of this foolishness? Oh, hold on. We don't want this camera to move, y'all. Is Porsha aware of this foolishness? Like, what's happening here, Porsha? I'm not editing that out, y'all. Y'all gonna see everything in real time. Sorry, I am not. We're not doing that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So somebody asked, what is going on with Porsha? Did she not see the flags? Is she just oblivious? A lot of people feel like, Porsha, she thought the Underground Railroad, Porscha's not always the sharpest tool in the shed, right? Another person was writing, so she's just oblivious. Like, what's happening with Porsha? A lot of people had questions like, does she just lack good judgment, lack discernment? Like, is she just blinded by, like, she looked at his, his status and thought, what? So the question let's start it off with this. First of all, is Simon, how is Simon getting his money? What's up with Simon? Is he still committing fraud today? Give me the energy around Simon Guobadia from Nigeria. They be giving Nigeria a bad name. I promise you that. Give me the energy around Simon Guobadia and his money. Whenever you see the Two of Pentacles, right? Whenever you see the Two of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, right? And I'm teaching y'all, I love that. I always feel like the person is definitely living a fraudulent lifestyle, right? Two of Pentacles to me always represents, in my mind, especially when it's next to the Knight of Pentacles, you're taking from Peter to pay Paul, right? This is to me almost like saying you're moving things around a lot, right? In order to create this illusion, right? This could be him still doing fraud, bank fraud. This could be him doing credit card fraud. And I say bank fraud because that's also, you're going through the system in order to get credit, lines of credit, right? Do not be surprised if you hear about Simon Guobadia similar to the Chrisleys, where he's applying for things, getting approved for things, and he knows he can't. He's shifting things around. He's going to get caught out. He has the Two of Pentacles and a Knight of Pentacles here. And again, this represents becoming overwhelmed with what he has put in place. He has a lot of stuff moved all around. There's a lot of movement going on here. Two of Pentacles is a lot of losing control of all the stuff that he's not organized. It's unraveling. This is going to affect his home life. Ten of Cups energy is here. This represents disputes and opposition. His home life, his dreams are shattered. Everything is going to kind of bubble up and come to the surface. People are digging. The Knight of Pentacles is also here too. And that Knight of Pentacles represents all this stuff he says he's got going on is fabricated. The Knight of Pentacles is work without results. Almost make you feel like, I always look at the Knight of Pentacles as a person who actually never works. That's like a card of unemployment to me. So like the question is, like, how does he get his money? Again, taken from Peter to pay Paul. If I get lines of credit, if I inflate things, I get a lump sum of money, right? It could look good to somebody who's not used to having money. It can look real good to somebody that's not used to having money or used to having a certain amount of money. Even with Porsha being in the Housewives of Atlanta and having had her other husband before, to me, she still lived an upper middle class life, right? So it looks really good to somebody who's not used to having major amounts of money. So to me, it's like he's doing a lot of shifting, moving around. This could be credit card. This could be bank. This could be borrowing. Remember, taken from Peter to pay Paul. There's something going on here too. He's going to defend himself. He's very defiant. Just like we saw him come on and take a picture behind his background. That Five of Swords represents he's going to be defiant. But this Five of Swords also represents he's still being sneaky. So the thing that he's been doing in order to sustain all these years didn't just stop with this report that we're reading about, the bank fraud, the credit card fraud. All that stuff to me is going to eventually become exposed again. Because to me, this is how he's affording his lifestyle. With the Chrisleys, they were doing different things in order to buff. They were using falsifying documentation. This is coming up as documentation, paper trail, using things to get lump sums of money. And this is how he's living. because he is a card, that Knight of Pentacles. He's on. To me, this almost represents is he actually leaving the house every day, going sitting in I'm just joking, but I remember seeing on this I think it was American Greed, where the man was leaving the house every day, sitting at the a restaurant, pretending he was going to his office every day. This gives me the same energy. Now, I'm sure Simon has an office inside of his home, but when he's leaving, where is he going? Because he has the Knight of Pentacles, and to me, this is showing somebody who's not necessarily working. Like they said, they're working. Also, too, he could be gambling, right? A lot of people, too, when you see this Seven of Wands, to me, this represents represents gambling, taking risks, right? Trying to turn over quick profits, trying to invest in quick things that turn over, because this represents profit. This represents putting money into stuff that kind of hits quick. So to me, this is almost like a hustle, get rich quick, taken from Peter to pay Paul. It reminds you of a Vegas hustler that's moving and shifting things around, that's taking lines of credit out, that's doing credit card, that can be gambling in some way. And this is how he's taking a risk. But in all the while, he doesn't have real in his Knight of Pentacles business. This is what it represents to me, right? And again, we're gonna ask, is Porsha just this delusional? I hate to use that word, but it's true, because you have ultimately, and I always felt like I could see where she grew to like him and grew to care about him, which I love to see that part. But the scammer basically got scammed, right? She scammed her way into that marriage, got that lady's husband to live this luxurious lifestyle, only to have been scammed, pretty much, right? So let's go ahead and jump into the next question. Because he looks like in the next 1 to 10 months, there's something about exposure coming his way. That 10 of Cups represents things bubbling up to the surface in the next 1 to 10 months, right? Give me the energy around Porsha. The question is, like, is she just completely clueless? Is she aware? Has she seen any red flags? Like, what's happening with Porsha Williams Guobadia? Is she just completely clueless, Spirit? Or does she sense something? How does this look for Porsha Guobadia? She has the Five of Swords. Oh, interesting, that came out first. The Hierophant. Okay. Sometimes people need to stop looking at the what they think is on paper and look at what's in real life, right? Baby Porsha seen them dollars. She's seen that paperwork. She's seeing all the things that appear to be fabulous, and she was blinded by the damn light. She is the Hierophant in reverse, all right? Hierophant energy is blind faith, right? Being blind, right? Kind of like getting into a situation. But again, if you're looking at, hey, I'm looking for, this guy, and he is charming to a certain degree. Now, let's give him some credit. He is charming. He comes off as a very smart person. He has the King of Pentacles. He carries himself very well, right? But again, he's a scammer. This is how he gets these, beautiful women, right? He comes off as this man. The thing is that, again, Porsha, you got scammed, girl. The scam you got with this man because you felt you were going to get a come up with this man. And this man got with you because he felt you were beautiful, right? Beautiful. That you, he likes your personality too, but you also have what? Connections. Okay, you basically legitimize him. Now he's with a quote unquote celebrity. He's on TV. So blah, 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 blah. But if it weren't for you meddling kids, right? You bloggers like our girl Tisa Tells, right? And of course, Wendy Williams. I even remember when Tisa Tells did some information on this. This is a while ago. Tisa Tells has been saying something about what's his name? Simon Guobadia. But you're so busy looking at what could be provided to you that you didn't look at what was going on with this man, right? Because you have the Hierophant, which represents you were blinded, right? By what was presented to you, right? The money, feeling the love from this man, the home life that he would provide for you, right? You were so busy looking at that. This represents him being generous towards you, the luxury to afford you, right? he was giving her that energy, baby. Let's not get nothing twisted. Simon was giving her everything that women want in a man. Energy, time, attention, generosity, care, concern. He's giving it 100% to Porsha. She's a fine black woman, right? Even when she put on a little Nigerian stuff, child, she like she right from the little country, okay? So, but again, I'm gonna err on the side that Porsha was blinded to this, right? And I promise you, she's gonna still try to defend him to some extent, but we're gonna see for how long, because she is the card of defending him, his actions, right? Defending him, all right? So this is a lot of times you think, well, it's right in front of you. The paperwork says, the blogs picked it up. People gonna still defend people when they have a halo effect, when they care about them, etc., etc. He has been nothing but good to her. Think about this for a second. She has seen nothing but the best from him and the best in him. And when she's needed him to take care of things, he has delivered. So whether it's through bank fraud, or credit card fraud, a quick get rich quick scheme, or a quick gamble hustle, he has provided the lifestyle that she wants. What she has seen nothing but what? The results of what he's saying. She has seen nothing but the results. So I can see her defending that. Like, that was his past. He made some mistakes. We aren't perfect, right? I've only seen the best side of what? Simon. I've seen the best side of Simon. But will that last? So let's sustain. Will Porsha open her eyes to what's going on, right? Yesterday I did a reading on Chris Brown, child. And I read that. I did the reading and then I read it from A to Z. And he still had people in the comment section defending Chris Brown. I was like, that's just, there's no way. You heard all of that, right? That can be verified. And you still in the reading defending Chris Brown. But you cannot stop people from defending people that they feel connected to, that they care about, and in Porsha's case, that they love. Okay? So the next question, let's get to it. Has she seen any red flags now that she's been with him? Has she seen it? Now that this report has come out, has he told her about anything? Because she has the card of being blind. Let's ask, has she seen anything that made her say, one time or two? Porsha. Nope. She's been blinded by the love, right? She's been blinded again by the love, the union. She has been in bliss, child. Okay? Give me the energy around it. What was she seeing? Again, the love? Was it just the love, spirit? She's blinded by all the things he's provided to her and all of that, right? Now, he has told her, I've had to work hard. He's told her that he didn't always have it easy. But eventually, we ask the question, will she eventually see things? The 10 of Cups, the 10 of Wands represents she will eventually see what's happening, right? At first, it's almost like a person unwilling to see. But eventually, they do see. And they will see. Her husband has basically been living a double life. He was living a double life in the past. He's still living a double life to some degree. Because his money and the way in which he does it, I said this on a reading a couple of years ago, is not what it is. Okay? And I've given some examples of where his money could be coming from. Just so you'll be like, oh, how does he get money? Okay? So that's that. Let's make sure. I don't want to answer that question yet because that's a good question. Let's go to the next one. All right. Who was behind this information getting leaked? I gave my own intuitive feelings, but who's really behind Simon Guobadia's information getting leaked? Give me the energy around who leaked Simon Guobadia's information. 10 of Wands. Let's keep shuffling. Who's leaked Simon's immigration information to the public? You gotta watch the people you do dirty, right? You gotta watch the people who you do dirty, right? Simon got a lot of little enemies out there, right? You know, I'm not saying Fallon was the one, but you know, it could be anybody because he got the Lover's card in reverse, which represents it could be someone he had a bad partnership with, he had conflict with, right? Somebody that he, you know, that knows him really, really well, right? Again, people, they want to throw you under the bus to really show who you really are, right? Tower, make sure you create a tower moment. This looks like somebody who could have possibly, you know, gave a tip and somebody went digging for it, and voila, it's on social media. This is why you got to watch how you deal with people, how you treat people, how you handle business with people, how you throw other people under the bus, because somebody that you had a partnership and or business with and or relationship with threw you under that bus. Okay? That's what it shows in the messages. Even in that Six of Cups, this is somebody from his past, right? Somebody from his past. This is what it shows. Again, this represents a past relationship. This could be a past friendship. This is what it shows. Somebody that intentionally threw you under the bus. They wanted people to know who you really are and what you really, really do. Okay, Tower moment for you, along with that Judgment card. They wanted everybody to know your money isn't what it is. And once that information gets out there, right? Now they're going to have people that's going to start digging on you, right? People going to start getting the information. I was just on the whole thing with Blueface and this lady, and they're digging on the manager, right? The girl, the Jessica person. They're starting to dig on her, who she is, and finding out that her LLC is not an actual LLC. No one can find out what that. People start digging. So this is when you get into stuff. People start trying to find out your real name. People start trying to find out where you really live. People still start digging. So this feels like bad business, bad blood. Somebody that he had to do some dealings with from his past that he once had some type of connection with, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody he actually dealt with in a intimate way because of the Lover's card. But you know, in business it could be a partnership too. But this person is coming up almost like, you know, trying to throw him under the bus for real, for real. Why did they throw him under the bus? You can see where it's like they wanted to expose him because of the way he is, the way he's doing things, the decisions he's making. But why? Star card. What's interesting to me in this too, it doesn't have to be Fallon. Even though, remember I said this could be a business person. This almost shows up like this could even be a man that he had business with, right? That Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody that he had business with, that he quarreled with, that he once had investments with, right? That's why I say it could be a woman, but it's showing up more like male energy. So again, this is why when you do people dirty, right? Deceptive practices, somebody could come out and leak a little bit of information. And once they leak a little bit of information, it'll take nothing but a second to go pull up a court document and say, it's right here, right? So to answer your question, there's a male aspect that's here. There's a partnership aspect. Even though it looks like a relationship, there's a partnership aspect here. And then this partnership feels like there's a business conflict ending, business ending. But it looks like it could, and I'm gonna say this too, it could be two people. I'm just saying, because there's a lot of male energy here, but there is a female energy here too, right? So it could be two people, but the bottom line is, that's why you got to watch how you do business with people and how you handle people, because people, hey, especially when they know your past and know what you up against, they can expose you. This looks like somebody that knows Simon and knew what he was going through. All right. So let's see. Was it the cast members or producers of the show? Give me the energy around Bravo. It feels more personal, but let's ask. Was it Bravo? Bravo comes up as a Three of Cups. So to me, I feel like they found out kind of like we found out, right? But they're definitely going to capitalize on it for the show, all right? But Bravo comes up with the Three of Cups in reverse. This talks about hearing things, gossip, right? This talks about, but they're going to definitely use it for the show, right? Hey, they're going to try to, that King of Pentacles, that Ace of Pentacles, they're going to try to explore that opportunity. But it doesn't feel like Bravo were the ones. It doesn't feel like Bravo were the people that did it. Right? Bravo comes up with that world card aspect. To me, I feel like comes to Bravo. It feels like a lack of, like they weren't digging in his information to leak it for the purpose of a storyline. This feels personal to me, guys. This feels like a bad relationship and or bad business deal. And it does show up like with some female energy, but mostly it feels like a male and somebody leaks something to somebody that, and somebody, you leak it to one blog, child, and it goes out and boom, bam, pow. Three of Cups in reverse. This to me feels personal. It feels personal. Remember, Three of Cups could be gossip, right? So just think about it like this. If I leak it to somebody in a gossip blog, okay, ain't gonna take nothing but a chicken wing for a gossip blog to do what? Go and pull the records. I'm not naming the neighborhood talk. I'm just saying in general, people can pull your records, whether it's a blogger on Instagram, a blogger, wherever, right? That's what it talks about. A tip. Is she truly, girl, Porsha, happy with that man? Is she happy with him? Give me the energy around Porsha, but let's ask that question. Is she happy with him? Give me the energy around Porsha. Is she happy with Simon Guobadia? When you see in all those cards, she is relatively happy with Simon. It's coming back to her Three of Cups, right? She's happy about Simon. She's happy with Simon. Remember, he's done all the work, putting all the energy into making their relationship work. Remember, all the things that you would want a man to do, he's done that for her. They have the double card, the Three of Cups. Happy, friendship, community, successful, favorable, celebrating life, celebrating birthdays, celebrating themselves. They're always celebrating. Just imagine she's always being celebrated, right? Now, that doesn't mean they haven't had their moments. Yeah, with any couple, they do. The Knight of Swords is here, right? And that could represent, needing to have conversations about how they're moving and all of that stuff like that. But for the most part, Porsha feels very happy. Why is she coming back to the Housewives show? I said in my last one of my readings, she was always coming back. There was always something she was going to do. Why is she coming back to the Housewives? Somebody asks, is she coming back because she needs the money? She has in her energy, right? Her relationship is almost like promotion around stuff. It's almost like a person who wants to get back to work because, I'm going to say this, I think it's two things. I think she wants to get back to work to kind of, there's something about promotion. She may be having some other stuff in the works that she's trying to promote down the road. This is what it's showing to me. But if, you married to a man worth millions, why would you need to get back to work? Because to me, to some degree, even though she's been blinded by love, I do see where sometimes she feels worried about finances, right? So even though he's provided everything to her relatively quickly, I don't think she's completely 100% blind. So I'm going to restate that Page of Wands could be a person who could be like, sometimes she feel like there's a question in her mind or there's something there, because that Page of Wands could represent worry over what needs to be for the future. That could be a red flag to me, because that could also say, as much as I love Simon and I see the best in him and he's always provided for me and I've never had to really question and I've been blind. This up to me, this whether she consciously or unconsciously thinks about it, to me this is almost like saying in her future position, that's like she's going to set herself up to go back into the Real Housewives to make sure she has something secure. So even though she does have that Hierophant, which represents she's been blind, I do feel, and then she didn't have a whole lot of red flags. I think she's not as clueless as even though her cards are saying she has a blind faith. She does show up waking up. Remember that Ten of Wands shows she was going to wake up and see some double life energy. I think there's something there that's pushing her towards that. Because sometimes we go and we do things and we say, why are we doing that? I'm doing good, but there's a thing in the back of our mind saying protect herself. So I do feel that Ten of Wands in the last hand was showing us she'll see stuff, and this Page of Wands is indicating to us worry over something. So I do feel like she's putting herself in a position And in the back of the hand, she has the Ten of Pentacles, which could also represent stability. Remember, the Ten of Pentacles represents things being gambled, things of being a loss, things dissipation energy. So this is what it represents. So even though I feel like she's relatively happy with Simon, and I do feel like Simon has provided her with the lifestyle, especially with all of this mess coming out, child. I think she's, I think, and also too, I don't think she was, I don't think that this was like, I think she found out like kind of like the big scale of it when we find out, but I think he told her some aspects of like he had a tricky past, right? So I feel like the big news, like how, all that stuff that's listed, I think that was news to her, but I do feel like he kind of told her he was into some things. I don't think she was completely oblivious, right? I don't think he told it to the scale. So for that's like saying, yeah, I got in some legal trouble when I was younger, but it was like I was in and out. Then you find out the person was in jail for like 15 years. You're like, baby, that ain't no in and out. Your ass was in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so I do feel like he kind of told her some things. That's why he got comfortable and got online and posted that picture like it ain't no big deal. Because he told her some things. But I think she's going to wake up. Really wake up. She still got blind faith on her, though. She still got blind faith. Does he cheat on Porsha? Give me the energy around Simon Guobadia. Will anybody come out and say he's cheating? That, he's sleeping with them? Simon Guobadia. Two of Wands. Six of Wands. Damn. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. As much as he be acting like he in love and he's so happy, you know what they say, a leopard does not change their stripes. He has the Six of Wands and the Sun card in his energy. Six of Wands energy is infidelity, disloyalty. Even in the Sun card, that also represents somebody who lets their ego get the best of them, right? That's what it talks about. Younger women, right? Younger women, white women. Page of Cups is here as well. Page of Cups energy is promiscuous, right? New people. So, for entertainment purposes only, but it definitely shows that. Is Porsha, has she cheated on old, Mr. Papa? Has she cheated on him, Spirit? This is Simon Guobadia. Has she been faithful? Has she cheated? Like, what's the energy? I feel like she's been chilling out. Now, she does have this musician here. So let me say this. As much as she shows that image of she's so in love and she's so happy, Porsha full of crap. Just like I said in the last reading, Porsha married that man for a reason. She married that man. She dealt with that man when he was with that other woman. I said that in the last reading. She knew exactly what she was doing. She got up under that man. She played them tricks, right? So she was with that man while he was still dealing with other people. And what goes around comes around. This is your karma moment, girl. So she was dealing with that man when he was with other people. She was dealing with this man when he had a wife, right? I don't care what nobody say. And this talks more about their relationship. I don't see where she's cheating on him, but I see where she was lying about her relationship with him. Remember, she was trying so hard to paint this picture like they just fell in love on a whim. Nah, girl, you was playing games. You was up to no good. You was smiling in a lady's face, messing with her damn husband, right? And you done got up in there married. And then what you don't get is a scammer scammed you, right? He scammed you because now he done scammed you his way into your life, into your TV show, into your celebrity world, using your status to elevate himself even further. Because it's one thing to be rich. It's another thing to have more status and make the status legitimate, right? That's a whole different thing. They got people who have money, they don't have status. It's a little bit different. That's like that on American Greed, that Asian man. He had all this money. He's from Asia, but he didn't know anybody. So he started building his friendships around celebrities, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then he got that status. Status doesn't always give you money. Sometimes people got to go connect with rich people to do that. And then what she did was legitimize him even further. All right. How does Fallon feel about all of this coming to light, Spirit? Give me the energy around Fallon. How does she feel about all of this coming to light? She told the audience, leave me out. My name is Bennett. I am not in it. How does she feel about Simon being exposed and, this all looking crazy? what goes around comes around. She has the energy in here, the Two of Swords. She's surprised it didn't come out sooner. The Four of Pentacles, she doesn't technically, at this moment, she's saying she doesn't want to be involved, but eventually she'll speak on it because she's going to get her nice little kiki on the situation. So for right now, she's saying she doesn't want to be dragged into it. It's Four of Pentacles, but she knows, she knew, and she knew then, she knows now, right? She didn't want to be dragged into nothing, and she doesn't want to be dragged into it right now. But don't get it twisted. She will talk about like what she thought and how she felt and what she saw and the things that she felt she dodged a bullet on. This cherry here is all in here as well. So this talks about the things that she felt she dodged a bullet on. She was a little blind to him too, but at the end of the day, you know, she knew like his money wasn't what it was, right? Because she has also with him the Two of Pentacles, which is taken from Peter to pay Paul. Right? So this also too is especially throughout the marriage, during the marriage, out the marriage, at the end of the marriage. He shows him being a cheapskate. Shit. So you know, and also walking away with barely nothing, you know. So this shows she knew his money wasn't what it was. And again, how does she feel again, Spirit, about you know, Porsha getting duped and played? How does she feel about Porsha, Fallon? How does Fallon Peanut feel about Porsha getting duped and played? She has the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Fool card, Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. You get what you give, huh? You get what you give. While Fallon's over there, you know, living her honest life, but, you know, minding her own business, moisturizing. You were duped. You were a fool, right? You know, stupid, right? You get what you give, even in that Five of Swords, right? You know, don't think that for 1 minute, even though Fallon is, you know, smiling, that she doesn't hold resentment. She holds resentment for that, right? This girl came in my house around my situation, got with my husband one builder, like got on social media and taught and toasted it up, right? This is what it talks about. And now you're having a downfall. Now you're having a downfall moment. You have the Chariot and you have the Tower card. Now you're having a downfall moment. Your whole world is going to fall down. And you know what? And she's sitting good. Looking, talking about what? Guess what? I could have told you. That's what you get. All right. So we're going to pick it back up with a couple more questions. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. So I had to take a quick little break because I had to go get my daughter from school. So let's go ahead and get back into it. So I want to make sure I got all the questions answered regarding his situation. So let's do this next one, which is he going to be deported for lying to the FBI, lying to immigration? Will Simon Guobadia, you know, will Simon Guobadia get deported? Does he have a chance to be deported? That's a real situation. That's a real thing. Give me the energy around Simon Guobadia. Will he be deported for, you know, will his lies catch up to him? Spirit, give me the energy around Simon Guobadia. Eight of Wands, the Hangman. Right now, there's a no here. That Eight of Wands is like not now. But he does have a message here that represents a reversal, right? A reversal. And also having conflict. So he might be sitting there thinking it's cute and funny. But look like he has some pretty good lawyers. So it looks like he's going to do what he does best is try to extend it. This is an extension. And it feels like it can kind of like get put on ice. But there is a situation here where they could try to turn around and reverse it, right? This is what this shows. It feels like he could try to extend it though. So, and that extension, just like I say, most people be doing those extensions, could be extensions for a long period of time. He does have the King of Cups, and again, there's something that's coming up about him double dealing and being dishonest. So he better get prepared because he's got a fight on his hands coming. So for now, to answer the question, for now, it feels like he's okay. It feels like deportation is not there yet, but it definitely shows like a reversal they could be like really looking into it. And then he has in his energy some conflicts coming his way around transportation for his future, right? And then it looks like they give some grace or an extension. All right, so my video cut off. So I was saying he was going to get some grace and or an extension, right? But again, there's trouble coming his way. He had the King of Cups in reverse, which represents his double dealing ways catch up to him. All right. And when I say the word transportation, that just means, transporting, being transported. Potential is there. So to close that question out, he has a risk. He runs a risk, not right now. If shows right now, he's okay. But he has a risk of them considering it and that becoming a real potential for him in the future. So it does look like he'll get have real good lawyers to help him with this situation, but he needs to humble himself. You doing all this scamming and got the nerve to be trying to file complaints, sir. Goodbye. The next question was, since I got cut off, I was already on the next hand. The next question was, did she marry? Why did he marry Porsha? Did he really like Porsha? It shows up in his Ace of Cups that he really, because I picked this up already. It shows that he really did like Porsha, right? And it shows that Porsha, liked him, but also too the money was a real factor. I was saying that before it clicked off that he has a bit of charm, a bit of charisma. That I could see why people easily like him and things of that nature, right? Somebody asked, was she going to be able to sustain herself if this broke up, or be able to sustain herself financially? Yes, she shows up working for a company and or organization, being affiliated in some way, making her own way in terms of money, moving herself out of any real strife. This is what it talks about here. Interestingly enough, he's the Knight of Wands and she's the Queen of Wands, and they actually over time they formed a nice little connection, right? So what could have started out as scam the scammer, two scammers found each other, right? One was doing a bit of gold digging and had an eye set on a man with some money, and the other one was he just a scammer in general and saw a beautiful woman, and that adds to the lure of his scams, right? This is the one about transportation, etc., etc., and it just shows here in the rest of his cards that that he does care for Porsha and that Porsha cares for him. So that's the other part of that question being answered without putting these cards out. All right. So that is that. I don't think so. Somebody asked, does he really have money? And everything just for show. Everything is just for show. This is what it looks like to me, and I kind of explained that already. Let me make sure I got every question answered. Somebody said, I question any Black Americans that marries non-Americans. Gotcha. Does Porsha like good judgment? I truly believe she does like good judgment. And I think that's the end of the road for me. I keep seeing separation in their cards eventually. And what's that separation about, Spirit? Will it be that he gets transported back to his country, or is it that they actually go their separate ways? Give me the energy around Porsha and Simon Guobadia. What's the end result of their relationship? How does this all play out for them? I feel she tries to defend him until she really realizes like he is not who he says he is. He has been living a double life. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. That Knight of Pentacles is back. Money is not there. That, I don't know this man, right? And just imagine you have this man around your family and your daughter, even in that hangman. That could represent she backs up a little bit, right? Eventually, she starts to see him as a different person. I think she's going to stick to him for a while, but she starts to see him as a different person, and she has a change of heart over this relationship. Do not be surprised if you hear Porsha down the road, even if it's some time from now, saying, I've changed my mind, I'm moving on, and I don't know who this person is. And then she'll write a book to tell you about it, right? In the back of her hand, she'll start to open up her eyes more and more and more, and this is representing seeing him for who he truly is. A scam artist, a hustler, a con artist, etc., etc. I don't want to make this reading too long, so I'm about to end it here. And at the end of the day, Simon is still he's still someone who is connected to, in my opinion, bank fraud, credit card fraud, identity fraud, fake marriages, and multiple felonies, and this is basically like you married a complete stranger. This is why you got to take your time in knowing people, and you got to take your time and the relationships that you cultivate, because look, you married a complete stranger moving too fast. Take care, stay blessed, encourage, and empowered. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. This is Blue Nola. Bye. And don't forget, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. BlueNolaTarot.com. I have a special on the website. Peace and blessings. Bye.